Warning: magical rampage. Obtain immediate contact from a specific person. Use this daily. Have you ever wondered why some people suddenly return, reconnect, or contact us after a long silence? Is it magic, coincidence, or the hidden power of human thoughts and emotions? Today I stand before you to speak on a topic that sounds mysterious yet deeply connects with human psychology and belief. Warning: magical rampage. Obtain immediate contact from a specific person. Use this daily. In a world where people search for instant solutions, emotional connections, and powerful influence, this topic reminds us that the strongest force is not supernatural power, but the energy of confidence, consistency, and focused intention. What we think daily, what we believe strongly, and how we act toward others can shape our relationships and communication in surprising ways. The first keynote of this topic is the power of daily intention. Every great achievement in life begins with a thought, but it is daily intention that transforms thoughts into reality. Human beings are deeply connected to the energy of their minds, emotions, and actions. What we repeatedly think about influences the way we speak, behave, and interact with the world around us. When a person strongly focuses on reconnecting with someone, improving a relationship, or attracting communication into their life, that consistent mental focus can create noticeable changes. This is why many people believe in practices such as affirmations, visualization, prayer, meditation, or positive thinking. These methods may appear magical to some, but in reality, they work because they strengthen confidence, clarity, and emotional direction. A person who wakes up every day with a clear purpose naturally becomes more determined, hopeful, and emotionally powerful. Daily intention is important because the human mind responds to repetition. Scientists and psychologists often explain that repeated thoughts create patterns in the brain. If someone constantly thinks negatively, they begin to feel hopeless, insecure, or emotionally weak. On the other hand, when someone repeats positive intentions daily, their mindset gradually changes. They begin to speak with more confidence, carry themselves differently, and approach situations with a stronger emotional presence. This transformation can influence how others respond to them. In many cases, people are drawn toward positive energy, calm confidence, and emotional stability. Therefore, the real magic behind obtaining contact or reconnecting with someone is often the result of personal transformation rather than supernatural force. The phrase "use this daily" highlights the importance of consistency. Success in any area of life, whether relationships, education, business, or self-growth, requires regular effort. One positive thought alone cannot create lasting results, but daily focus can reshape a person's entire attitude. Imagine someone who spends every day improving themselves, controlling their emotions, practicing kindness, and maintaining hope. Over time, they naturally become more attractive socially and emotionally. Their communication improves, their patience grows stronger, and their actions become more meaningful. People around them begin to notice the difference. This is why consistency is often more powerful than intensity. Small actions repeated daily can create major emotional and psychological impact. Another important aspect of daily intention is emotional control. Many people desire immediate contact from someone because they feel lonely, hurt, or emotionally attached. However, desperation often pushes people away. Daily intention teaches patience and emotional discipline. Instead of acting impulsively, individuals learn to focus on self-improvement and emotional balance. They stop chasing fear and start building confidence. This shift in mindset changes the entire energy of communication. When people feel emotionally secure and positive, they naturally attract healthier interactions. In this sense, daily intention is not about controlling others. It is about controlling oneself. Furthermore, daily intention encourages faith and hope. Throughout history, successful individuals have believed strongly in the power of focused thinking. Athletes visualize victory before competitions. Speakers prepare mentally before addressing crowds. Leaders repeat goals in their minds before taking action. This practice builds mental strength and determination. Similarly, someone seeking reconnection or communication can use daily intention to stay positive and emotionally prepared. Even if results do not appear immediately, the process itself creates inner peace, confidence, and growth. In conclusion, the true meaning of the power of daily intention is the ability to shape our mindset, emotions, and actions through consistent positive focus. It reminds us that repeated thoughts become habits, habits shape behavior, and behavior influences relationships. The real magic is not found in supernatural powers, but in the discipline of believing, improving, and acting with purpose every single day. When people combine hope with consistency, patience with positivity, and intention with action, they create stronger emotional connections and open the door to meaningful communication in their lives. The second keynote of this topic is emotional energy drives connection. Human relationships are deeply influenced by emotions. Every conversation, friendship, or bond between people is shaped by the emotional energy they exchange. Whether it is love, trust, care, confidence, or even sadness, emotions have the power to strengthen or weaken communication. Many people believe that when they strongly think about someone or emotionally focus on them, a connection is created. While this may sound magical, psychology explains that emotions influence our behavior, expressions, tone, and decisions, which ultimately affect how people respond to us. Emotional energy is not about controlling another person's mind. It is about the emotional signals we send through our actions, attitude, and presence. Strong emotions often create lasting impressions. For example, when people feel appreciated, respected, or emotionally valued, they are more likely to reconnect and communicate. On the other hand, negative emotions such as anger, jealousy, desperation, or insecurity can damage relationships and create distance. This is why emotional balance is extremely important. A calm and positive person naturally attracts healthier communication because people feel comfortable and safe around them. Emotional energy becomes powerful when it is guided by confidence, patience, and sincerity rather than fear or obsession. The phrase, obtain immediate contact, can also be understood through emotional influence. In many situations, people reconnect not because of supernatural forces, but because emotional memories and strong impressions remain in their minds. A meaningful conversation, kindness, support, or emotional understanding can stay with a person for a long time. When someone consistently shows positivity and emotional maturity, others often feel drawn back toward them. This is because humans naturally seek emotional comfort and genuine connection. Emotional energy therefore acts like a bridge that keeps relationships alive even during silence or distance. Daily emotional focus can also change a person internally. When someone practices positive thinking, gratitude, or self-confidence every day, their emotional state improves. They begin to feel more hopeful and emotionally stable. This inner change reflects in their communication style, facial expressions, and social interactions. People around them start responding differently because positive energy is contagious. A person who believes in themselves and carries emotional strength often leaves a stronger impact than someone who acts with negativity or desperation. In this way, emotional energy shapes not only relationships but also personal identity. Another important point is that emotions affect decision making. Many times, people contact others because they suddenly remember shared experiences, emotional moments, or feelings of comfort connected to them. Emotional memories are powerful and can influence actions unexpectedly. This explains why genuine emotional bonds are difficult to erase completely. A relationship built on honesty, care, and emotional understanding often leaves a lasting mark on both individuals. In conclusion, emotional energy drives connection, teaches us that emotions are one of the strongest forces in human interaction. Real connection is not created through force or manipulation, but through sincerity, positivity, and emotional awareness. The energy people carry inside themselves influences how they communicate and how others respond to them. By maintaining emotional balance, practicing positivity daily, and treating others with respect and understanding, individuals can build stronger and more meaningful relationships. True emotional power lies not in controlling people, but in becoming a source of confidence, peace, and genuine connection. The third keynote of this topic is mindset over magic. Many people are fascinated by the idea of magic because they want quick solutions to emotional problems, relationships, and communication struggles. The phrase magical rampage sounds powerful and mysterious, making people believe that supernatural forces can instantly change situations. However, the real truth is that mindset is far more powerful than magic. A person's thoughts, beliefs, and attitude shape their actions, decisions, and relationships. What appears to be magic is often the result of confidence, persistence, emotional intelligence, and focused thinking. When individuals change their mindset, they also change the way they interact with the world, and this transformation can create remarkable results. Mindset is the foundation of every success in life. People who believe in themselves naturally behave differently from those who constantly doubt themselves. Confidence affects body language, communication, decision making, and emotional control. For example, someone who feels hopeless and desperate may push others away through negativity or emotional pressure. On the other hand, a person with a strong and positive mindset appears calm, patient, and attractive emotionally. This difference alone can influence relationships and communication more effectively than any so-called magical method. The human mind is incredibly powerful because thoughts influence emotions, and emotions influence behavior. When people repeatedly tell themselves that they are worthy, confident, and capable, they begin to act in ways that reflect those beliefs. Their speech becomes stronger, their actions become clearer, and their emotional reactions become healthier. As a result, others start responding differently to them. This is why many successful people practice visualization, affirmations, and positive thinking. These techniques are not supernatural powers. They are methods of training the mind to focus on confidence and possibility instead of fear and negativity. Another reason mindset is more powerful than magic is because it creates long-term change. Magic suggests temporary or instant results, but mindset creates personal growth. A person who develops emotional maturity, patience, and self-respect becomes stronger in every area of life, not just relationships. They learn to handle rejection, communicate effectively, and maintain emotional balance during difficult situations. This inner strength naturally attracts respect and healthier connections from others. True influence comes from character and emotional stability rather than mysterious tricks or illusions. The idea of obtaining immediate contact can also be explained through mindset. When people improve themselves mentally and emotionally, they often become more approachable and memorable. Their confidence encourages healthier interactions, and their positivity leaves a lasting impression. In many cases, individuals reconnect because they notice genuine growth and emotional maturity in someone. This demonstrates that personal transformation is often more effective than chasing unrealistic magical solutions. Mindset also teaches responsibility. Instead of blaming fate, bad luck, or external forces, people begin taking control of their actions and emotions. They understand that relationships require communication, respect, honesty, and patience. A strong mindset helps individuals focus on what they can improve within themselves instead of trying to control others. This creates healthier and more meaningful human connections. In conclusion, mindset over magic reminds us that the greatest power lies within the human mind. Positive thinking, confidence, emotional discipline, and self belief are stronger than any illusion of magic. Real transformation happens when people change their attitudes, control their emotions, and act with purpose. By developing a healthy mindset, individuals not only improve their chances of reconnecting with others, but also build inner strength, self respect, and emotional peace. True magic is not found in supernatural forces. It is found in the power of the human mind and the determination to grow every single day. The fourth keynote of this topic is communication requires responsibility. Human communication is one of the most powerful tools in the world because it has the ability to build relationships, solve problems, create trust, and connect hearts. However, communication also carries responsibility. Whenever people seek contact from someone, whether it is a friend, loved one, colleague, or family member, they must understand that healthy communication should always be based on respect, honesty, and mutual understanding. The idea of obtaining immediate contact should never mean forcing, controlling, or emotionally manipulating another person. Real relationships are meaningful only when both individuals communicate willingly and sincerely. In today's world, many people search for quick ways to make others respond to them instantly. Some may believe in emotional pressure, magical methods, or manipulative behavior to gain attention. But communication built on pressure or obsession often creates fear, discomfort, and emotional distance. Responsible communication teaches us that every person has emotions, personal boundaries, and the right to make their own choices. Respecting those boundaries is a sign of emotional maturity and true character. If communication is forced, it loses its value and authenticity. Responsible communication also means thinking before speaking or acting. Words have tremendous power. A single sentence can heal someone emotionally, while careless words can damage trust permanently. People who communicate responsibly choose kindness, patience, and understanding over anger and impulsive reactions. They know that healthy communication is not about winning arguments or demanding attention. It is about creating understanding and emotional connection. This approach strengthens relationships and builds long-term trust between people. Another important aspect of responsible communication is emotional control. Many individuals react emotionally when they feel ignored, rejected, or disconnected from someone important to them. In moments of frustration, they may send repeated messages, speak harshly, or behave impulsively. However, emotional reactions often worsen situations instead of solving them. Responsible communication requires patience and self-control. A calm and respectful approach allows conversations to remain healthy and meaningful. People are naturally more willing to respond positively when they feel respected and emotionally safe. Listening is also a major part of communication responsibility. Communication is not only about expressing our own feelings but also understanding the feelings of others. Good communicators listen carefully, show empathy, and try to understand different perspectives. This creates stronger emotional bonds because people appreciate being heard and valued. Relationships become healthier when communication flows both ways instead of focusing only on personal desires or expectations. Furthermore, responsible communication encourages honesty. Genuine relationships cannot survive on lies, manipulation, or false promises. Trust is built when people communicate openly and sincerely. If someone truly wishes to reconnect with another person, honesty and respect are far more effective than tricks or emotional games. Authentic communication creates emotional security, while manipulation destroys trust over time. The phrase "use this daily" can also apply to practicing responsible communication every day. Small habits such as speaking politely, showing gratitude, controlling anger, and listening carefully can greatly improve relationships. Daily respectful communication strengthens emotional bonds and creates a positive atmosphere in both personal and professional life. Over time, these habits shape a person's reputation and character. In conclusion, communication requires responsibility. teaches us that meaningful relationships are built on respect, patience, honesty, and emotional maturity. Real communication is not about controlling people, but about understanding and valuing them. Responsible communication creates trust, emotional safety, and lasting connections. The strongest relationships are not formed through pressure or manipulation, but through sincere words, respectful actions, and genuine understanding. When people communicate responsibly every day, they create healthier relationships and become stronger emotionally as well as socially. The fifth keynote of this topic is consistency creates results. One of the greatest truths in life is that success does not happen overnight. Whether a person wants to improve relationships, achieve goals, gain confidence, or reconnect with someone important, lasting results come through consistent effort. Many people search for instant solutions because they want quick emotional satisfaction, but real progress is usually built slowly through patience, discipline, and daily actions. The phrase "use this daily" strongly emphasizes the importance of consistency. It reminds us that repeated positive habits can create powerful emotional, mental, and personal transformation over time. Consistency is important because human behavior is shaped by repetition. Every action we repeat daily becomes part of our personality and mindset. For example, if someone practices positivity every day, they gradually become more optimistic and emotionally balanced. If a person works daily on communication skills, self-confidence, and emotional control, they naturally improve their relationships and social interactions. Small efforts may seem unimportant at first, but over time they create significant change. This is why consistency is often more powerful than temporary motivation. In relationships and communication, consistency builds trust. People feel more comfortable around individuals who are reliable, respectful, and emotionally stable. A single kind action may create a good impression, but repeated kindness creates strong emotional bonds. Similarly, honesty practiced consistently creates trust, while patience practiced daily creates emotional maturity. When people show positive behavior regularly, others begin to see them as dependable and sincere. This consistency strengthens human connections and increases the chances of meaningful communication. Consistency also develops inner strength. Many people become discouraged when they do not see immediate results. They may lose hope, stop trying, or become emotionally frustrated. However, true personal growth requires patience. Daily habits such as positive thinking, self-improvement, prayer, meditation, or respectful communication slowly strengthen the mind and emotions. Over time, these habits create confidence and emotional resilience. A person who remains disciplined despite challenges becomes mentally stronger and more focused. This inner stability often attracts healthier relationships and better opportunities in life. Another important aspect of consistency is self-improvement. Instead of focusing only on changing others, consistent effort encourages individuals to improve themselves. A person who works daily on their attitude, communication style, and emotional control becomes more mature and attractive socially. People naturally respond positively to individuals who display confidence, positivity, and self-respect. In this way, consistency creates external results by first creating internal transformation. The idea of obtaining immediate contact can also be connected to consistency. Relationships are not strengthened through one dramatic moment, but through regular care and emotional understanding. Consistent respect, support, and kindness leave lasting impressions on people's minds. Even after long periods of silence, individuals often remember those who treated them sincerely and consistently. This proves that lasting emotional impact comes from repeated positive actions, rather than temporary emotional intensity. Consistency additionally teaches responsibility and discipline. It encourages people to stay committed to healthy habits, even when results are not visible immediately. This mindset is valuable not only in relationships, but in education, careers, and personal development as well. People who remain consistent are more likely to succeed because they understand that progress is a gradual process. In conclusion, consistency creates results, teaches us that real success is achieved through patience, discipline, and repeated positive action. Daily habits shape our thoughts, emotions, behavior, and relationships. True transformation does not happen instantly, but develops over time through continuous effort and self improvement. By practicing positivity, respect, emotional balance, and determination every day, individuals can build stronger connections, healthier relationships, and greater inner confidence. Consistency is the key that turns small actions into powerful lifelong results.